So guys, let's start. Let's start. Oh, well, I will share my screen and after this we'll begin our lecture. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, do you see the screen?
Yes, we do.
Excellent. So, ladies and gentlemen, today we'll discuss one of the most important topics of marketing. It's about marketing mix, or the so-called 4P models. Have you ever heard about it?
Yes.
Not really.
Yes, not really. Okay, so it depends on your previous background, actually. Well, I will explain. Ladies and gentlemen, what is it? A marketing mix, it's a mix. Obviously, it is a set of tools which a company can use in order to create long-term relationships with its customers. Its mix includes four key tools: product, price, place, and promotion. Actually, we will discuss the classical model of market mix, and now there are more advanced models like 7P, for example, where we have physical evidence, processes, and people. But this model, 7Ps, I mean, is applied mostly to the service industries, while market mix based on 4Ps approach is, as I already said, a classical model which can encompass most activities on the market. Well, so let's discuss it. Let's discuss in more detail each aspect of this market mix. First of all, the first P, product. Ladies and gentlemen, as you probably understand, product is a value created by the company for its target audience. Do you have any examples of products, ladies and gentlemen? An example of a product.
Cars.
For example, cars. Okay, BMW manufactures cars and sells them on the market. Very good. Ladies and gentlemen, what we should understand, product is a general term which covers both material, tangible products and intangible services. It may also cover emotional and social values because some companies do create emotional and social values. So, product is the value created by the company. It may be a service or a product. For example, in case of a barber shop, it would be a service. Obviously, we get no tangible product. In case of a car, okay, we can get it as a product. For example, in case the cars are sold by BMW or Mercedes-Benz to us, or it may be delivered as a service. For example, in case of car sharing companies, cars are delivered to us as services. So we should understand that value may include both products and services, and even tangible products may be used as a basis for different services. Ladies and gentlemen, do you understand it?
Could you
Yes.
please repeat in short the last idea? I didn't get it.
Okay, you didn't get it. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, again, let's repeat. In case of a tangible product, what do we get? We get its product as our own property, so to say. So when we buy a car, okay, it means that we buy a car. But sometimes a car may be delivered to us as a service, car sharing services. Have you ever heard about it, Nikolai?
Yes.
What is it?
Uh, so that's a service which provides its customers not with actual cars, but with an ability to rent that car for a short period of time.
Okay, but actually we get a car, right?
Yes.
For a short period of time, just when we need this car. So it means that cars can be sold to us or that can be rented to us. It means that cars may be delivered to us as a service or as a product. Do you understand it?
Yes.
Okay, now you got it. Okay, great. So, ladies and gentlemen, for example, in case of Netflix, what is the product delivered by this company?
The services of an ability to watch some movies.
Okay, so in case of Netflix, what do we get? We get an access to the movie library of this company, right? So we can watch movies provided by this company, but obviously we don't purchase any DVDs, any CDs, etc. We simply get access to these movies. Guys, do you understand it?
Yes. Uh,
Okay, so
mhm.
it is a service. Okay, you have a question as usual.
Yes. But at the same time, we can go. Okay, we could go to some shop and buy some CDs, and in that case, we'll have the actual product itself, right?
Absolutely, absolutely correct. So we may buy a DVD. Okay, why not? We may simply buy a movie and upload it to. Sorry, we can download it to our computer or to our smart TV and to watch it, or we can simply rent the right of access to these movies for a given period of time. Okay.
Okay.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we should understand that, okay, services and products can be delivered. Okay, how should I say? Value can exist in form of products and services, and moreover, products can be delivered as services. Probably have heard about it, product as a service. Okay, car sharing is a good example of it. We get a car, but not as a material car, but rather as a service. Ladies and gentlemen, what we should understand in case of digital marketing, the value delivered in online and offline sales can be different. Do you understand it, guys?
Could you repeat, please?
Okay, value delivered online and offline can be different.
Yes, definitely.
Could you
So,
please could you please specify a little bit?
For example, value created in online, it can be a certain service that can be consumed and by customer by distance. But the online sales, offline sales, it's when there is a contact between the seller and buyer, and there is a physical good that is bought by customer.
Okay, technically you are right. I will specify a little bit. Ladies and gentlemen, if you go to a restaurant, what you get there as a service and as a product? In a restaurant, what do you get?
Meal,
yes,
food,
a meal.
You
drink,
get a meal, that's all? Just a meal?
drink.
No,
Okay, guys, I perfectly agree. You
you.
should get a
Mhm.
beer to your meal.
You
Absolutely
get
correct.
service.
Service, what type of service?
Waiters,
Waiters, absolutely
reception,
correct. What else?
reception.
Atmosphere of the restaurant.
Ladies, I hear your voices, but I don't hear what you are saying. Guys, please let our ladies explain their opinion. Ladies, I invite you to share your ideas.
Atmosphere of the place of the restaurant.
Victoria, I absolutely agree. You're absolutely correct. In case of a restaurant, we get what? Okay, let's start. We get a material product, a meal, right? We purchase it. Okay, this meal must probably will be cooked especially for us. So it is also a service. Well, we get waiters who deliver food to us. Okay, we don't need to get this food ourselves. What else? We get a place to eat this food. So actually, when we go to a restaurant, we kind of rent a seat where we eat our food. Guys, do you understand it? Is it clear?
So, we are provided with some space, actually.
Absolutely correct. You agree, Nikolai?
Yes, of course. So, it is included in price of a meal, actually.
Absolutely. I don't discuss the problem of pricing. It will be the next part of our lecture. But you should understand that in case of restaurant, we get access to some space where we can eat, where we can consume the food, right?
right?
Absolutely correct. And Victoria mentioned absolutely correctly that in case of restaurant, we get access to some emotional experience. Actually, we get access to atmosphere. We get access to some, how should I say, to some mood which exists in this restaurant. Guys, do you understand it?
But can we somehow value this mood? So,
Okay, we vary this mood by choosing this restaurant, first of all.
okay.
So the problem with that, in case of a restaurant, we get a lot of different values. We get a material value meal. We get a kind of material value, the seat where we consume our food. Okay, the table. I don't know. It depends on the type of the restaurant. We get intangible services like waiters, and we get emotional value. Okay, in some restaurants, this emotional value is not so visible. Like let's say, I don't know, in mass market restaurants. But in some cases, the atmosphere of the mood is very, very important for us as customers. So it is a kind of emotional value. Ladies and gentlemen, great. So let's imagine there is a restaurant which we like for all of these types of values: food, mood, and waiter service. Well, now let's imagine we are very, very busy and we have no time to go to this restaurant, and we order food from this restaurant via delivery club, or maybe just to simplify the situation, via the own delivery service of this restaurant. As you know, some restaurants possess their own delivery services. So in this case, what value will we get?
We won't get the value of space and the value of mood, but we'll still get some value from service. But in that case, the service of carrier
Okay,
and the value of
delivery, the
food.
basic delivery. Okay, and
Yeah.
what? What else?
The value of the actual product, so the food.
Food. Okay, food. And most probably this food will be delivered not on corporate plates of this restaurant, but in some special containers, food delivery containers, as you understand. Okay, so guys, in this case, okay, let's forget about delivery. In this case, we basically get just the food without emotional value, without place for consumption, etc. So what it means, in case of a physical restaurant, in case of a traditional restaurant where we go to eat, where we go to spend our time, we may get a lot of different values. In case of online delivery, in case of online service, we get just the food. In this case, restaurant acts just as a catering company, like a dark kitchen, if you understand what I mean. We are interested in food, but that's all. We don't get any additional values typical for this restaurant. So when a restaurant starts selling its products online, it should be clear. It should be clear that you will get only food from this restaurant, not the atmosphere, not the service, etc. Guys, is it clear, ladies and gentlemen?
Yes. So in case of delivery, we exchange our time to some values that we can be provided while visiting the restaurant.
For example, okay, you trade off your time. Okay, you're absolutely correct. But okay. How should I say? Obviously, you can save your time. It's correct, but for this time, for this, it means that you don't get values which are typical for a restaurant as a product. Okay.
Okay.
And the problem with that, most probably will have to pay even more than in a traditional restaurant due to the delivery service. So, ladies and gentlemen, in this case, we get food, but we don't get any additional values typical for the restaurant. It means that online service and offline service may have different sets of values. And you should specify it when you launch your online services. Guys, do you understand it? Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay, great. What else? What else? Let's continue. Okay. Now, what is one very important trend on development of products right now? Ladies and gentlemen, as you probably know, ownership is now slowly but steadily replaced by access. It's exactly what I was saying when we discussed car sharing. Instead of buying a car, we can simply rent a car for the actual period we need it. Instead of buying DVDs, we can use Netflix streaming services, not especially Netflix. Okay, there are some other competitors. Netflix is just the first company which comes to my mind. And so on. So, in many cases, we prefer to use access instead of ownership. And it is a great challenge for companies, for example, for car companies, as we have already discussed it, because instead of selling their cars directly to customers, okay, they have to design a model which would enable them to preserve the amount of sales but switch to car sharing services. Okay, car sharing will not dominate the market, but it may occupy an important share of the market. And it will, okay, and this is why car manufacturers will have to meet this challenge. Guys, do you understand it?
Yes, we discussed it for several times, so it's a common
Okay,
topic for us.
okay, great. Okay, we also discussed it, I mean, the last point on this slide. Producers retain control of a product after the sale. What it means, guys? It means that there is a servitization of products. Again, when you buy a computer, you automatically get lifelong services from the supplier of this computer or the supplier of the software you use. It will be updated, upgraded, corrected, etc. So, control, it doesn't mean that, okay, how should I say, that the producer will be able to confiscate your product. It's not the case. But it preserves the access to your product after the sale, and it is able to collect information about your use of this computer or other product like software or movies or smartphones, etc. And it is able to upgrade it constantly in order to create additional value for you, and in order obviously to capture a part of this value. So it means that services are becoming more and more important, even in the material production. Again, when you buy a computer, you don't simply buy a computer; you buy also a support services. Ladies and gentlemen, do you understand it?
Yes.
It is really very important because, as I already said, thanks to this approach, manufacturers are able to collect information and to adapt their value proposition to customers' requirements. Well, let's continue. Let's continue. Ladies and gentlemen, what is the evolution of products right now? Uh, Actually, we should understand that the frontiers between different types of products are now being blurred. Actually, traditionally, products have been opposed to services. Services are considered as intangible value, as intangible value, like a barbershop, for example, and product is considered as a material product, which is okay, which is delivered for you and sold to you as your property. Now the situation is pretty different. Products, as you probably know, include an important part of service. An important part of service. For example, as I have already said, in case you buy a computer, you also buy the lifelong support for this computer. So it means that the product is accompanied by a services. We have a mixture of a product and a service. Sometimes products may be delivered as a service. We have already discussed it in case of car sharing. Material products like cars become services. So the border between products and services is blurred now. Companies try to offer a combination of products and services for their customers in order to increase value created for customers and, as I have already said, to capture additional value from this cooperation with customers. Guys, is it clear?
Yes, it is. So
Mhm.
the main idea is the uh, decrease in difference between the service and the actual good. So they are strongly connected now.
Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. Another thing is that traditionally there has been an opposition between a single product, I don't know, a bottle of Coca-Cola, and a product range of a company. Now, as you probably know, companies are trying to offer product ecosystems. So, for example, when you become a customer of MTS, our leading mobile phone provider, mobile communication provider, okay, in this case, you get access not only to mobile services, but also to mobile internet, mobile TV, home TV, etc. So you get covered by a whole plethora of different products, which are combined, which exist as an ecosystem. Each product supports other products, and in this case, you can satisfy most your needs within this product ecosystem. There is a move from single products to product ecosystems. So the value delivered to customers is now kind of combined. It combines features of products and services on the one hand, and on the other hand, it combines features of product range and single products. Actually, a product ecosystem is now the actual product delivered by companies to their customers. Okay, it is very valid, obviously, for big companies, small companies, I don't know, like small shawarma shops. Okay, they are not able to create product ecosystems, but leading companies try to offer such product system for their customers. Ladies and gentlemen, do you understand it? Is it clear?
Exactly that part is, but I've got a question about our today's lecture topic. So it's about some changes uh, in business today, or what? Maybe I have missed it.
I don't understand you. Could you please repeat or reformulate the question?
uh, okay, I will try to clarify. So now we're talking about some specific features of modern meaning of project. All right.
Okay, okay.
Uh, okay. And those features are the part of our main topic, but maybe I just did not.
Main topic. What do you mean by main topic?
Um,
Well,
Main topic of our lecture.
the topic of our lecture is about market mix. So, how do products evolve in the digital economy? Or I
Uh,
don't understand you. So, what's the question?
okay, now I got it. So the topic is the changes in market economy right now, and now we're discussing changes in product.
Okay, look, we are discussing key tools used by companies to create long-term relations with their customers. One of these key tools is the product, obviously, because okay, companies cannot survive without offering values to their customers. I hope you agree with it. But as you understand, this value is not stable, so to say. Now, thanks to the digital evolution of economy, we cannot think about simple products. Simple products, I mean single products, and we cannot think in terms of a clear position between products and services. Companies have to offer complex products which combine, on the one hand, features of products and services, and on the other hand, features of a product range and a single product. So they have to offer product ecosystems. Do you understand it?
Yes, okay. Now it is clear. Thank you.
Okay. So let's continue. Ladies and gentlemen, it should be specified that now there is also a very important change in the organization of business activities. You had a course in platforms last year. I hope you remember this course. And well, you should understand that now some products exist in a platform form. What it means? Actually, normally a company produces a product itself. So in case of taxi company, the company would own taxi cabs, taxi cars. It would hire drivers, and it would deliver taxi services itself, as you understand. In case of platform products, there is a very different situation. We should distinguish in case of platforms two types of products: internal products and external products. Internal products are products they are produced by platforms themselves. So, what does Uber produce, for example? Do you have any idea? Uber or Airbnb, for example, what do this company produce?
The availability for customers and for the drivers to get in touch.
Okay, they simply offer coordination services, so they help to match passengers and drivers in case of what? In case of Uber, or they help to match homeowners and tourists in case of Airbnb. Absolutely correct. So they offer coordination services, they offer matching services, etc. So they act actually as intermediaries. But obviously, as you understand, passengers are interested not in coordination, but in the actual value, in taxi or rides. But these taxi rides, the transport services, are not produced by Uber itself. These services are produced and delivered by independent, okay, quasi-independent drivers, independent providers, which, these drivers are coordinated by Uber, but they deliver these services themselves. So, in case of platforms, we have two products: internal products, coordination of the market, and external products. In this case, thanks to this coordination, platforms are able to act as providers of a specific services. For us, for example, Uber looks like as a producer of transport services. It delivers an external product provided by these independent drivers. Ladies and gentlemen, do you understand it?
So customers are just interested in value. So as we discussed previously, so they're not interested in the service itself. They are interested in value. All right?
You may have a different opinion. How do you think?
Mm, I don't think so. I'm just trying
You are
to.
just asking, as usual.
Yes.
Okay, so obviously, ladies and gentlemen, you should clearly understand that customers are interested in value. Customers are interested in satisfying their needs. Okay, coordination of the market provided by Uber. Okay, it's obviously important, but this coordination is not important for passengers. They are interested in being transported from the point A to the point B, obviously. So platforms should create actually two types of products. First type of products is the coordination of the market. Standardization of products, etc. The second product is the external products. They should organize drivers in a way these drivers provide passengers with a reliable and standardized products, more or less standardized. Obviously, the degree of standardization depends on the company. In case of Uber, it is a pretty standardized service. In case of Airbnb, it is not. But still, thanks to this organization of the market, Uber acts as a provider of external products. It acts as a provider of services which are actually delivered by external independent providers. Do you understand it?
Yes.
So it means that when we start a platform, we have to think about two different products which should be present in our activity. First, it's our internal product, so we coordinate the market, and it's our external products. It's the value which is actually delivered to the customers who prefer to cooperate with us. We should organize this coordination of the market in a way that the customers could get the value they're interested in. So external and internal products are closely related. Sometimes a platform may operate without an external product. Ladies and gentlemen, do you have any examples? When just a coordination of the market would suffice. Okay, I would help you a little bit. Have you ever heard about Avito, for example?
Of course.
Yes.
What is Avito? What is the core model of this company?
This is a platform where this is a market, online market, where people can sell their active car or their service, accommodation, any product by this platform, and people can buy from here any product they wish. It's like a Uber, where it's like a place for online market. Yes.
Okay, the problem with that, it's not like Uber. I will explain. In case of Avito, independent providers sell their products and services independently. Ladies and gentlemen, do you understand what it means?
Not really.
Can you be more precise, please?
Okay, no problem. Look, in case of Avito, what do we have? In case of Avito, have you ever used this platform?
Yes.
Okay, what have you bought, if it's not a secret?
Nothing, but I have visited.
Okay, I see. In case of Avito, what do you get? If you go to the web page of this platform or to an app of this platform, you will see that there is a lot of independent providers. Each provider, each supplier, each seller offers his or her own range of products. These products are not standardized by the platform. Each seller determines the price himself or herself. There are no standard prices. So, in case of Avito, there is indeed a direct interaction between sellers and buyers. Avito does just one thing. It simply offers a place for sales, but it doesn't really coordinate. This market. It simply helps customers and it simply helps buyers and customers to find each other. Guys, do you understand it?
Okay.
In case of Uber, the situation is different. We have just one basic product, taxi rides. As you know, these products, the price for this product is set by the platform itself. Different drivers may not offer different prices. The price is standard for the whole region where Uber is present. So in this case, what we get? In case of Uber, we get internal services, coordination of the market, a place where passengers and drivers can meet each other, and we get an external services, standardized taxi rides at a standard price. In case of Avito, there is no external product. Avito does not act as a supplier of a specific product. It is just a it is just a huge flea market, I would say, where you can buy what you want, but the prices are not set by Avito, and the product range is not selected by Avito. It is a place for independent interactions between independent sellers and buyers. So there is no actual external product. Guys, do you understand it?
Now, yes, it's clear.
So, why I pay so much attention to this problem, ladies and gentlemen? As you know, platforms are probably the most popular form of business organization right now. And if you decide to launch a platform as a business, as your own business, okay, in this case, you should be sure about the value you deliver. You may be interested in just external value. Okay, how should I say? You may be interested just in internal value, and in this case, you may launch an Avito-like platform. You may be interested in offering a specific products by produced by external providers, and in this case, you will launch an Uber-like platform. Guys, do you understand it?
Mm,
Guys,
yes. So we understand the difference.
could you please repeat?
So we understand the difference, but uh, personally, I can't yet understand the difference for the entrepreneur. So,
Could you please specify?
okay, so if let's imagine that I'm going to um, found my own company, my own platform company,
Okay.
and I'm choosing between two models. So I can provide my customers with internal and external products at the same time, or I could just provide them with internal products.
Okay.
What is the difference between these two approaches for me?
You don't see the difference, really?
For the company, not really. So, in my eyes, Uber and Avito, they do basically um, the same thing due to the structure. So they provide an app, and Uber provides some regulations, um, while Avito doesn't have so strict rules.
Okay, the key difference for the company is the trust, actually. In case of Avito, you don't care about the trust which should be built between sellers and buyers. You don't care about the delivery of services, etc. All transactions are carried out by buyers and sellers independently. In case of Uber, Uber manages to build up trust towards itself. So you shouldn't have trust towards each driver. You should simply trust Uber. It would suffice because you know that the regulation is strict enough, and this regulation will protect your interests. It is okay. Basically, the difference is very similar to the difference. Okay, how should I say? In case of Uber, you got a you get a service according to specific standards, and presence of these standards helps you to have trust towards Uber. In case of Avito, okay, there is no trust. Each time you try to buy or to sell via Avito, okay, you should check customers, you should check buyers independently. Do you understand it?
Uh, I see. Okay, so the main difference is is the trust between platforms.
It's actually the degree of regulation, the degree of regulation, the degree of standardization of the final product. Again, in case of Uber, the product is fully standardized. In case of Avito, there are no standardized products, and obviously the trust, because in case of Avito, trust should exist between sellers and buyers. In case of Uber, there is just trust towards Uber itself. Okay,
Okay, now I got it.
hopefully. Okay, so let's continue. Ladies and gentlemen, what about price? What about price? Okay, as you understand, a price is the amount of money you have to pay for the product. It is a model of calculation of this price, and and there is obviously a model of payment for the product. Model of calculation. Okay, guys, there are three basic approaches towards calculation of the price: cost-based, market-based, and value-based. Do you understand what is it? Ladies
So,
and gentlemen.
Is it
mhm.
is it about the setting a price?
Absolutely correct.
Okay. I know the cost based and market based, but I don't know the value based.
Could you please explain what you know about cost-based pricing and market-based pricing?
Okay, cost-based pricing, and this is setting a price based on the cost of goods sold. It means how much the company has spent for creating a certain product or service, and this expenses form the price. And the market-based price. This is a product. A company tries to get the price for certain product based on the price in the market. So
Basically, you're right. In case of cost-based pricing, we have to calculate the price on the basis of our cost. We calculate, okay, we take into account all costs, we add our margin, and finally we get the price. In case of market-based pricing, we have to align with our competitors, with the market actually. We may add a premium to our product if it is good enough, or we can deduce a discount if the quality is lower, but still we are based on the average level of prices on the market. Guys, do you understand? Is it clear?
Yes, it is.
What about value-based pricing? In this case, the the price is based on the value customers get from our product. So it means that we try to identify the value of this product for customers, and we calculate our price on the basis of this value. Guys, do you understand it?
So, can we say that Apple has a value-based price setting?
Okay, technically it is, and in this case, we even have an immaterial value. Obviously, technical characteristics of Apple smartphones are not so superior as its price is. So technically, it's about emotional value, but indeed, in this case, we have an example of value-based pricing. But sometimes, and more precisely, value-based pricing still deals with material features, with real economic effects that customer can get from our product. Ladies and gentlemen, do you understand it?
Yes.
Okay, let's specify a little bit. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, here we have a very specific example. A very specific example. I will explain. Locomotive repairs. Locomotives. Oh, I hope you know what is it. Okay, it is a kind of machine which is used to drive trains. Well, obviously, as you understand, as any complex machinery, locomotives need repairs and technical service. And now we have a very interesting contradiction between interests of railways companies and service companies. Obviously, as you understand, in case of repairs, railways companies have costs because railways companies have to pay for repairs. Guys, is it clear? Do you understand it? ladies and
Yes.
gentlemen. Okay, obviously, repairs create profits for service companies. So, in case of service companies, repairs are a source of profits. Obviously, service companies are interested in higher volume of repairs. They are interested in making repairs more expensive, longer, more frequent, etc. Because in this case, their profits will go up. Unlike service companies, railways companies are interested in decreasing the number of repairs and obviously in increasing mileage between repairs. In this case, obviously, railways companies will be able to pay less to service companies, and it will be a source of profit for them, a source of economies for them. So we have an important contradiction between service companies and railway companies. Uh, this contradiction cannot be solved on the basis of traditional pricing tools. Look, here we have a very interesting task. How can service companies switch from cost creation for railways companies to value creation? Uh, in other words, how can railways companies make their service partner switch from cost creation to value creation? It is a very important task, ladies and gentlemen, and the Russian railways managed to solve it. Look, what it means. The value of repairs for railways companies is the possibility to use locomotives. Obviously, repairs are necessary because without repairs, locomotives cannot be used. The longer is the period of using locomotives, the higher is the value of repairs for railways companies. If railways companies reduce number of repairs, they will get economies. Ladies and gentlemen, do you understand it?
Economies means extra economic value.
Absolutely. It means that railways companies will simply pay less for repairs. Less repairs, less costs. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. What happens next? Russian railway company, RZD, decided to share this value with its service company. I will explain what was done. According to the new model of pricing for repairs, service companies get a payment for repair. It is pretty traditional. Okay, you repair a locomotive and you get a payment for it. But in addition to that, service companies have to guarantee a minimum mileage after it. So a minimum period of use, a minimum distance of use after this repair. So service companies have to guarantee it. If the actual mileage after the repair exceeds the guaranteed minimum, it creates economies for the railway company. It is very simple. Let's imagine the guaranteed mileage, let's say, is 100,000 kilometers. After this mileage, locomotives have to be repaired. But if a technical check demonstrates that this mileage can be exceeded, and let's say the locomotive can be used for 200,000 kilometers, in this case, we can avoid repairing the locomotive, and it will create economies for the railway company. Guys, do you understand it?
Yes.
Okay, so it will create economies, and obviously the amount of this economy can be calculated. And if this economy is reached, the Russian railways pay a premium to the service company, a premium for the high quality of repairs. And obviously, this premium represents a part of the economies. So let's imagine the economies are equal to 1 million rubles, for example. And in this case, the service company will get, I don't know, 200,000 rubles. Okay, the price, the information is purely theoretical, but still, in this case, service companies got interested in ensuring high quality of repairs because in this case they got in this case they can get a part of the value created for the Russian railways. It is exactly an example of value-based pricing. Service companies create value for Russian railways by enabling them to save money, and the Russian railways pay a premium to the service company, so a part of this value is captured by the service company. Guys, do you understand? Is it clear?
Yes, it is, but I've got one suggestion,
Mhm.
one guess, let's say so. Mm, well, to uh, if a repairing company is rational, they should calculate the difference between their premium for some extra period and their profit if the locomotive will need repair
I got your point.
earlier. Yeah.
The situation is different. Okay, you mean that if the premium doesn't cover losses from less frequent repairs, okay, it is not logical for the company to switch to this new model. The situation is different. In case of repairs, service companies have to incur costs. In this case, they have to use resources, they have to hire staff for repairs, etc. In case of this new model, service companies can get premiums without working on actual repairs. So, in this case, the profit can be earned even without repairs. Do you understand? So
So
the volume of sales will be reduced, but the profit may be higher.
so we assume that repairing for high quality costs the same as the usual repairment. Just some, I don't know, just some attention, for example.
Look, let's imagine. There is a value for an ordinary repair. Okay, let's say it's equal to, I don't know, 1 million rubles. Okay, uh, it's the price. It's the price the company charges for the repair services. Do you understand it?
Yes, of course.
Okay. Now let's imagine that the profit of this repair, the net profit the service company will get from this repair is equal, let's say, to I don't know, 30%. It means 300,000 rubles. Okay, it is just a theoretical example again, but okay, it is an example. Okay, do you understand it?
Yes.
Okay, great. So in this case, it means that you'll get 300,000 rubles for each repair as a net profit. Good. Now, if you make let's say two repairs, okay, in this case you get 2 million rubles as a payment, and you'll get 600,000 rubles as a profit. Okay, do you agree?
Yes, I follow.
Okay, very good. Okay, now let's imagine. In case you make a very high, in case you pay more attention to the repairs, okay, probably this repair will cost, I don't know, 1,200,000 rubles. Okay. Okay. So, and you get 30% as your profit. So it means that you get 360 rubles as your profit. Okay, great. After that, the company the railway company will pay you a premium. Let's say, I don't know, one. How much money? Let's say 200,000 rubles as a premium for high quality of repairs. Okay.
Okay.
So in this case, you get 560,000 rubles. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Technically, you get less. You get less than 600, thousand rubles. Absolutely correct. But again, in this case, you do not have to invest into two repairs. Actually, it means that you got look, you got 600 sorry, you got 560,000 rubles as net profit, but your cost was equal to what? 1,200,000 minus the profit, so minus 360,000 rubles is equal to 840,000 rubles. So your cost is substantially reduced and your profit is much higher. And in this case, the rentability and profitability of your company is much higher. Do you understand it?
Okay, so the cornerstone here is that doing repairing with high quality, and after that receiving a premium is better than just doing the repairment for several times. It is cheaper.
Okay, what it means for the service company, it's better because it reduces costs and it increases rentability. It reduces net profits probably, but it increases the profitability, which is very appreciated by the shareholders, obviously, because in this case, as I already said, we reduce our cost. It is good for the locomotive company because in this case, we get a real value for the money we pay. And obviously, we pay less. We don't pay for two repairs. We pay obviously less. So it is value-based pricing from the point of view of the service company, and again, it is very efficient from the economical point of view because in this case we get less cost. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, great. So, as I have already said, the example is purely, okay, the calculation is purely theoretical. I don't know the real values because the information was confidential. I just know the case. But, well, the idea behind it is very, very interesting because, okay, we switch from simple cost-based pricing to a value-based pricing. We share value from this cooperation. And, okay, this model may theoretically help to increase rentability of the company. Okay, let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, as you probably understand, in case of digital tools, we can constantly adapt prices to market situation. I hope you have heard about it. It's about dynamic pricing, algorithmic pricing, etc. Do you know what is it?
Yes. So that's a system.
Look, dynamic pricing, you know what is it? Please explain. What is dynamic pricing?
So dynamic pricing is a system which automatically correct your prices, checking them with the market pricing via internet.
And algorithmic pricing?
And algorithmic. So that's when, as I know, the special algorithm calculate your price. So it doesn't just check it with some other prices and correct it. It somehow calculate the optimal price for you.
Okay, technically it may compare. Okay, dynamic pricing is the price depending on the real situation on the market. It may be calculated automatically or algorithmically. In case of algorithmic pricing, there is indeed an algorithm, but it is still very close to dynamic pricing because sometimes we have to supervise the situation on the market. Okay, Nikolai, you had a question.
No.
Really? Okay, I interrupted you. I interrupted you by you were going to say something. Okay, if there are no questions, okay.
I was just explaining. Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, what about place? What about place? Ladies and gentlemen, it's very simple. We have already discussed it during our previous lectures, but still I would like to remind you. It's a place of interaction between providers and customers. So in case of a restaurant, obviously place of interaction is the restaurant itself. You should pay a close attention to this place of interaction because how should I say, it creates impression about your service and creates loyalty, technically. Well, now, as you probably know, most interactions are transferred to the digital space, internet pages, web apps, etc. But as you should understand, many products are physical. So, in case you are interested in buying food, okay, this food should be actually delivered to you. You cannot download it from internet. And now companies are thriving to create phygital spaces, phygital places, places which combine physical and digital features. In this case, it is really very important. Customers may use any channel of communication which is comfortable for them. So please pay attention to this. Now, if you are, how should I say, a big company, you should ensure a phygital space for your customers. The only exception is probably when your product is purely digital. In case of Netflix, for example, there is no need for phygital communications. Well, is it clear, guys?
Could you please remind? So phygital, it's the mix of physical and digital.
Absolutely correct.
So in case of some internet store which sells, for example, phones, so you have some digital part of your business, but
Mhm.
your product is a phone, so you
Your product
actually
is a phone, you have to deliver it, for example, and okay, the delivery points all over Russia, for example, are a part of your physical space. So you
okay.
can order products via internet, it's a digital part, but it is delivered to, I don't know, to a delivery point. In this case, we have a physical space. So in this case, we have a combination of physical and digital channels. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, promotion. Do you know what is it? Okay, actually, here we have a full description of tools of promotion. We have advertising, sales campaigns, and PR. Do you understand the difference between these three tools? Advertising, sales campaigns, and PR. Ladies and
Yes,
gentlemen.
maybe
Maybe
here.
slightly.
Yes.
Okay, could you please explain? I guess that
Okay.
Asylbek had an idea.
Yes, I have an idea. Advertising, it is a method of uh, of sharing information about the product to potential customers, and attracting them by this way. Selling campaigns, this is a part of the business which handle with the selling process, when the consumer when the consumer comes to the buy a product, the selling campaigns start to work and try to sell this product to the consumer based on its preferences. And PR, I'm a bit confused of it, and it would be
I will
better.
explain. I will explain. Thank you very much for your comments. You are basically right. I will specify a little bit. Okay, in case of advertising, you create a long-term value in the minds of your customers. You don't ask your customers to buy your product immediately. You simply demonstrate that your product is the best mean to satisfy this target audience needs. For example, you create a feeling of happiness, of activity, etc. So you demonstrate that your products have long-term value. Guys, do you understand it?
Yes.
Okay. So, in case of sales campaigns, what do we have? In this case, we convince our customers to maximize purchases right now. It's about discounts, additional products, combined products, free products, different contests, etc. So in this case, our customers may buy more for a lower price, technically. Guys, do you understand it?
So it's not about some long-term plans. It's just for short-term sales.
Absolutely, absolutely. Short-term sales or limited sales. Okay, in this case, we try to sell as much as possible, at a lower price in order to maximize our sales. Okay.
Okay.
The price may be decreased directly, for example, like a discount. It may be decreased indirectly, for example, I don't know. All of you have seen bigger bottles of Coca-Cola, 30% for free, for example. There may be some gifts from the company which go with the product. There may be a possibility to participate in a contest. I don't know, scan a QR code, send it to our company, and we'll participate in the selection of winners, etc. So in this case, you may get additional economical value for your products, for your money, actually, for a given period of time. So it's about maximization of sales. Guys, do you understand? Is it clear?
Yes.
Uh,
And okay, PR, what is about? It is about creating a positive image of your company, about creating a positive social and emotional image of your company. It's not about selling your products, actually. It demonstrates that your company is an important social player, and therefore you should support it. For example, our company informs that it donates money, I don't know, to children with diseases. Okay, in this case, you believe that this company pursue a good social goal, and you support this company financially by buying its products because you know that the price you paid will be used not only to maximize shareholders' value, but also to support children to solve important social problems. Guys, do you understand it?
Yes.
yes, it's now clear. Thank you.
Okay. So let's continue. Let's continue. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, promotion. Promotion. You should understand that in digital economy, promotion can be personalized. Traditional promotion is an average promotion, I would say. When you watch TV, okay, the TV advertising is addressed to everybody. It is the same for all people who watches TV. In case of digital promotion, okay, this promotion is targeted. It is demonstrated only to persons who are potentially interested in this product. It is even adapted to these persons so that the effect of this promotion could be increased. Guys, do you understand? Is it clear?
Mhm.
So this personalization can be reached by using big data.
Big data, absolutely correct. It is based on big data. Big data, neural networks that are used to process information, etc. But basically on big data, absolutely correct. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, when we work in the field of internet marketing, I have already said it, but okay, let's remind. We should understand that there are three key factors of our success: marketing, technology, and service. The problem is that in most cases, digital entrepreneurs pay more attention to technology. They develop a technical products, but they do not support it by a real value, and they do not provide a real services. What it mean? They do not provide a real service. What does it mean? For example, you develop a product, a platform, for example, a web app, which is used to match buyers and sellers. Okay, it's good. This app may be very comfortable to use, no problem. Okay, that's good. But okay, you fail to attract a sufficient number of suppliers. So technically, your platform operates all over Russia, but in your specific city, there are no suppliers of this product. Guys, do you understand it? Guys, you
Yes.
simply fail to create a sufficient offer of products. You don't create an external product, so to say. Guys, do you understand it? Is it clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, what about service? It's for first and foremost, it's about delivery. When you launch a digital project, you should be sure that your product will be delivered to all interested customers. It is really a problem because sometimes customers may simply not get the product they are wishing to buy because they live outside the delivery zone, or the delivery is organized so poorly that nobody would like to order your products. So service is actually about phygital. You should be able to deliver your product in our physical space. So don't think only about technology. You should clearly understand what your product is, what is the value created for your company or for your customers, sorry, and you should be able to deliver this value to all customers at on terms which are acceptable for your customers. Guys, do you understand? Is it clear?
Yes.
Okay, so basically that's all for today, guys. Thank you very much for your participation. What are the tasks for the seminar? Okay, you should analyze your company from the point of view of marketing mix. And you should include digital aspects of marketing mix. Okay, what are digital aspects of marketing mix? I will try to explain. Okay, for example, you should demonstrate, if there are any examples, that there is a different value created in online and offline sales. That your company try to create an ecosystem, or it offers a combination of products and services. That there may be an external product, etc. It actually depends. On the type of your company. But you should try to link the traditional marketing mix with the digital effects we have discussed during the lecture. Okay, guys, is it clear?
Okay. So we should imply everything we have studied today to our company.
Absolutely correct.
Okay.
Okay, guys, do you have any other questions?
No, thank you.
Okay, guys, thank you very much for your participation. See you next week. Have a nice weekend. It will be very soon. See you guys. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Take care.
Thank you very
Goodbye.
much. See you.